Boba Fett's reappearance in season 2 of The Mandalorian was both pleasant and how would I put it? Like unexpected. It was unexpected. After all, the last time we saw Boba Fett was in Star Wars: The Return of the Jedi when he was thrown into a Scarlet pit, and so the first episode of his own spin-off series, directed by, from memory, it's episode one's directed by Robert Rodriguez and written. I know it's written by Jon Favreau, bloody legend he is. But no, it takes a thoughtful approach to filling in the blanks in Boba's backstory. However, it does slow down the action and prevents Boba's plot from progressing in the present. Welcome to our review of season 4 of the Book of Boba Fett, and not season. I'm an idiot. I got that my tongue right now got twisted around my words. Welcome to our review of season 4 of Cobra Kai and episode 1 of the Book of Boba Fett. Isaac here, your podcast host. Let's not waste any time. Let's get right to it. Stranger in a Strange Land, a reference to the Robert A. Heinlein 1961 sci-fi book, maybe? Anyway, Stranger in a Strange Land, the Book of Boba Fett, wastes no time reminding viewers of the terrible and upsetting events Boba Fett has been through, giving new meaning to the waterbed. He sleeps in a Bacca tank and dreams of both his watery place where he was born, of Cameo. Well, I believe that from memory. Okay, I'll be honest. I have all these notes written down right now for the Book of Boba Fett, just to like, they're not paragraphs, but dot points. Okay, just like information, so I know, so I'm keeping on track and I don't go off track and talk about other Star Wars stuff, just so I know what I'm talking about and have a depth. And so I didn't put everything down because I didn't think I would need it. But now when I'm talking, I'm just like giving new meanings to the waterbed he sleeps in, Bakatanga, and dreams of its most watery, where he was born. I'm pretty sure it's cameo. From memory, it's cameo something. I don't know. It's something similar to that. I know that. Anyway, the moment he picked up his father Django's helmet after he was killed by Mace Windu during the battle of I believe it's the Battle of Genois, something like that. I don't have this written down in like the dot points. No, it's like the battle of something, Battle of Genois, G something. Anyway, more importantly, Fett dreams of his escape from the Scarlet's belly on Tatooine, which is a short departure from the Star Wars legend story by having him burn his way out with a flamethrower, and upon breaking through the desert surface, is left dead by Jawas after they steal his armor. And then, as we see in The Mandalorian, in season 2, I think, yeah, season 2, when the Mandalorian, he goes to that small desert town and he finds a fake someone that has Mandalorian armor, which is Boba's, and he's not Mandalorian. He just bought it off Jawas and wearing it for protection and whatever, because he's like the male chief of that town. And so the Mandalorian gets it off him, and the Book of Boba Fett is actually following the Mandalorian through this, because he wants his armor back. The Boba Fett, he wants his armor back, so he's following the Mandalorian, and then they meet, and then Boba proves he owns that armor, and then the Mandalorian gives it back to him. So that's how we got his armor back, like a little backstory of how he got his armor back. But originally the Jawas, they did steal his armor. Anyway, meanwhile, in present Tatooine, Fett with his right hand Chang, are discovering that the move of power to him as the new crime lord of Mos Espa isn't going to be as fast as his murder of his former boss Mib Fortuna. And it's a surprisingly funny scene where the early kings in Fett's hell-related and criminal-related takeover are laid bare. They struggle to understand some locals paying message of thanks without rules of contact, rules of like a contact droid or protocol droid, and are awkwardly reunited with a former employer and are greeted by a bold and obnoxious representation for the mayor, who makes clear Mos Espa's government authority would not be bending the knee. In fact, the mayor expects the new crime lord to submit instead, or expect a less, how would I put it? Like a less friendly return, I guess. Should I kill him? Phoenix asks unemotionally. But as much as Fett's animal-like violence has happened before him, he's taking like a much more far measured approach to leadership rather than just ruling with an unforgiving Beskar fist, I guess you could say. And so basically, this is how they scenes or sudden mental pitches were early, where early events are shown, remembered, like basically flashbacks. Like this is how the flashbacks begin to inform the more practical reward, um, the more practical bounty hunter we see today. Uh, Tuscan Raiders had actually captured Fett after his Scarlet escape, but he soon earned their respect by protecting one of their younger members from a big beast. I don't know what they call like they live in the sand. I don't know what they called let me think, like a Goro looking beast kind of thing. Anyway, this beast he rising up from the sand in strong and scary fashion, and it's a short and sweet bit of action that gives us a fun nod to the reference that Princess Leia, basically how Princess Leia killed Jabba on the desert planet, and the extreme strength, um, quick thinking, and acts of brave behavior that usually save lives of Fett. But as we know, the Mandalorian season 2 opener, uh, these um, these like wandering people, I guess you could say that they're wandering people, nomadic people are far less shockingly cruel or barbaric than the actual story that came before another story. The prequel. It was the prequel, yeah. The prequel series. They painted him like what they gave him. They gave him the prequels. People loved Boba. He had like what 2 minutes of screen time in the prequels, but everyone loved him. And when he died, no, they people were upset, and they just bring him back. And I'm happy they did. Boba's bloody badass. He's bloody cool, man. But no. Um, their qualities of loyalty, bravery, and respect are those Fett's hopes to be known for. And he doesn't want to follow the silly trail of the Hut group of people with their airs of quality or being being better than everyone else and torture like conduct. You know, yeah. I'm not being carried around the streets like a useless noble. He tells Shan, Fett tells Shan, as they head to what's called like those little bath things, like the safe place. They call it. They call it like the safe place, or like the sanitary. I believe like it's the sanitary. But anyway, Jabba ruled with fear, and I intend to rule with respect. Boba said Jabba ruled with fear, which he did, and he intends to rule with respect, being the new crown lord. Of course, the people of Mos Espa are creatures of habit, and this point of view, way of behaving, is seen as weakness rather than as strength. An attack on the streets by ninja-looking killers, or ninja-looking assassins, test their authority as they're kettled in by laser shields and spears. It's a tightly delivered street fight, and our main characters, anti-heroes, who have a lot of personality flaws, take a fair few knocks before Fett gets to blast someone with his arm rockets, and Shan flexes her muscles with a short but energetic, it's like a dynamic parkour chase across Roos to secure an attacker alive for questioning. Jabba's former pig looking guards. I love these people. I remember them from the Return of the Jedi. But yeah, Jabba's former looking pig guards also get a chance to prove to their new boss their lives were worth saving. When Shivs, as the clever enforcer and martial art and martial artist who will hopefully have her skill set challenge with more difficult, impressing, strong fight planning. She delivers her lines with skill, but her respect that can be sharply felt. Like the reward hunter has been long seen as the more unemotional character, but Shan is playing that role now, and it works well against Fett's more practical command. But there's almost like a world extreme tiredness, or I guess there's a almost a world extreme tiredness to Morrison's drawing, or description of a man that has been through the ringer and onto on like a related to becoming a better person. Like Papa, he wants to become a better person. Yes, he is the crime lord. That's not being a good person. No, but he wants to lift himself to be a better person. If that makes sense. I guess I don't. I guess what I'm trying to say is Boba. He's trying to lift himself up to be a better person. He wants to do things by himself, like not independently, but he doesn't want to be carried around the streets, as we said earlier. Like he wants to be a better person, better than Jabba, a better crime lord than Jabba was. Anyway, um, the Clone Wars and the Bad Batch proved just how three dimensional or a Django clone could be, um, whose personality was like based on knowledge and learning. Like his personality was informed by the individual experience. Morrison's grounded delivery and dry humor builds and explains a before now unreadable character. The same can be said of Ludwig, Ludwig score. I forget his name. Like it's His first name Ludwig. Score like Garsons or something. Anyway, first heard in the Terrible Event episode of The Mandalorian, directed by Rodriguez, and delivered in this series with a from the gut, deeply emotional, primal blend of human voices, uh, powerful drum beats and strings. As a New Zealander of um Mario, I think that's what it is. A New Zealander of Mario, and Mario descent. Morrison's influence seems to have expanded the like diversity, many different kinds of people or things. Like the diversity of the Star Wars beyond the beauty related or aesthetic, and into the beautiful sounding. I guess. I'm trying to like put words in my head right now. I'm trying to say stuff about it. I think I'm doing a good job. My notes, I got rid of them already. I'm just trying to say stuff off the top of my head. But no, dedicating so much to Fett's story about personal things, like Fett's backstory certainly deepens our understanding of his personality and his character, and his character's evolution. He's changed for the better over time. But that means plot development is limited. It is. I like being into film and TV myself. Doing film and TV classes at school, doing all that stuff, helping out, getting on film sets. It would be very limited for Bobby's development, just because of his backstory and his personality, and yeah, it's because of his character. It would be quite hard. I would admit it would be very limited, but there aren't many wow moments. The fight sequences are again limited and held down, like they're restrained, and not as much, not as rich and beautiful, like as elegant, as before that or before now, like previously, seen in the older Star Wars, the Legacy, and the Legacy Star Wars and the Mandalorian, but the introduction of a possible friend in the form of okay, it's the form of like you know when you can like say something in your head but you can't say weekly madam, I don't know, this the introduction of a possible friend in the form of Tweakledy Madam Garza Fwimp. which is Jennifer Bell's. But no, I don't know if I said that right. I'm trying to do my best right now from remembering. My brain is about to blow up. The amount of stuff I'm remembering right now from this old Star Wars, from Legacy, from canon, Legends, just from episode 1. But no, it does add a sneaky secret thing. Um, but Stranger in a Strange Land, episode 1 of the Book of Boba Fett, is a fun and promised to assured opener, teasing even more obstacles and threats that Boba Fett will face in order to group together power while strengthening or adding support to, well, reinforcing the legend of Morrison's famous reward hunter, the iconic Boba Fett. And as I said, my brain is hurting. It's about to blow up. I swear to God. I said a lot. Will admit, as I said earlier, I had 10 to 15 notes down before I threw them away now. But that was a lot of information I just said, remembering from my brain. And I don't know if I got it right. I tried my best. My brother's like, Star Wars 1 to 9. I'll tell you all the answers to these other ones. Bad Batch. Mandalorian, I'll tell you the answers to. Yes, because the Book of Boba Fett's new. Boba Fett, he wasn't my favorite character. A lot of people loved him. I don't know much about him, but no, I am starting to. But the Bad Batch, the Clone Wars, Star Wars Rebels, I don't know much about them. I'm starting to watch the Bad Batch though. I've watched I'm up to episode 4, and it's good, I must say. I'm not into too much of the animation Star Wars, I guess. I like the real live action. But no, I said a lot. And yeah, that's my review of the Book of Boba Fett episode 1, Stranger in a Strange Land. I'll give it, because Boba Fett, I love him, don't get me wrong. Because it's very limited, like, yes, it wasn't boring at all. I won't say it was boring, I won't say that. It was a good episode, I am impressed. It's not quite a 9, it's 8.5, 8.7, I guess. Basically a 9, an 8.5 to 9 out of 10. It was so sick how we, like, my favorite part had to be, how we saw Boba escape the Scarlet Pit. Definitely my favorite part of the episode, as I just said. But no, I really enjoyed it. When I cannot wait for episode 2. When is it? It's like this week. Yeah, I think it comes like this Friday or Wednesday. I think every episode comes out every Friday or every Wednesday in Australia. From memory. But yeah, I did enjoy it. I loved it. It was interesting, and it gave us the backstory of how Boba. It answered a lot of our questions we had when we saw Boba in The Mandalorian. But no, it was a good episode. Director and writer Jon Favreau and director Rodriguez, they did a good job. And Jon Favreau, he's going a long way with Star Wars. He's great, and I can't wait to see episode 2. It's going to be epic. Okay, now, oh god, this is going to be a long one. I just spoke for a while about just one episode of the Book of Boba Fett. Like, how long does I speak for? 15 minutes? More than that, maybe. And now I'm about to review the whole season of Cobra Kai. Season 4 of Cobra Kai. So buckle up, get comfy, because this one's going to be a roller coaster. But, whoa. Remember, spoiler alert, if you have not yet seen Cobra Kai Season 4, click off now. Because we're going to be spoiling lots of stuff. And I nearly just said something that could have spoiled it. Nah, but click off now. Please, I can't stress that enough. If, I'm going to turn my mic up all the way right now so you can hear me. I'm going to do that. Alright. If you have not yet seen Cobra Kai Season 4, please click off now. Unless you want to be spoiled. Alright, mic going back down. Jeez, I don't like putting my mic up. It really scares me. It's too loud. No, but where the hell do I start? It was an amazing season. Why are you still here? You haven't seen Season 4 yet, and you don't want to be spoiled. Why are you still here? I'm joking. You better be gone if you don't want to be spoiled. Last warning. But no. Where do I start? It was an amazing episode. Not episode. Amazing 10 episodes. Amazing season. Aired on Netflix on 31st of December. yesterday, and it's the 1st of January right now. Happy New Year. This will probably come out 2nd of Jan, probably 1st. Probably I'll get it all done today. No, but it was without us. It was an amazing episode, amazing season, amazing. The battle for the soul of the valley continues. But this time the stakes they're even higher. They're higher than ever. While Cobra Kai has been on Netflix for some time, season 4 marks the first one produced by the streamer since its purchase from YouTube TV. Because Cobra Kai was originally, season 1 was originally on YouTube TV, and I wasn't paying you to get YouTube TV, so I didn't watch Cobra Kai season 1 until it came to Netflix, which was only a year ago and a bit. But no, though the creative team remains the same, there are a couple of growing pains that are pretty evident in this new era, but all the same, it's still one hell of a ride. Now that Sam and Miguel have managed to convince their respective senseis to work together, Eagle Fang Karate and Miyagi-Do have one final hurdle to conquer on the way to the All Valley tournament. Getting Johnny Lawrence and Daniel LaRusso to grow up. That's right, they need grow, man. They were arguing a bit. Still, they ended up not even being on the same team. Eagle Fang and Miyagi-Do split. But then, when Sam, she made the finals. Spoiler alert. She made the finals against Tori. I won't say I will. We'll go into that later. And so then they teamed back up again to put their strategies together so Sam could win. Does she win? I don't know. You'll have to see. Terry Silver, he comes back. I don't like Terry Silver. He was from number 3, the Karate Kid 3. If you've not yet seen it, you've got to see that one. But no, Terry Silver came back. Kreese called him up, went to his house, got him back. Kreese regrets it majorly, because what Terry Silver did to Kreese at the end was pathetic. Okay, Kreese bloody went to jail, actually. He got arrested for attempted murder. Do you remember the big guy, like, I won't say fat guy, but the big guy that joined Cobra Kai? Well, Terry Silver, went back to Cobra Kai. Terry Silver beat him up when Terry Silver was drunk. He went to hospital. He told the cops who did it, but he said Kreese, when Kreese had nothing to do with it. I feel so bad for Kreese, and I hope in season 5 he goes to, like, the good side. He goes to Miyagi-Do, because Cobra Kai, they won. They won the tournament. They won overall. So now they're opening franchises all around the valley. And Daniel LaRusso not happy. And so he's going to try and end it. He's going to try and shut it down. So I can't wait for season 5. But no, what Terry Silver did to Kreese was bloody disgusting. Like, Kreese is the one that saved Terry Silver in the war. Do you guys remember from season 3 or season 2? Season 3, when when Kreese had flashbacks to the war, and he helped that guy, really sad, sensitive, like, scared person in the war, and Kreese stood up so he wouldn't get killed instead. That was Terry Silver. And what did Terry Silver do? He's a rich snob. Okay, I'll tell you now. Sam lost in the final. She would have won, but Terry paid the ref, because Terry's a rich guy. He paid the ref to make Tori win. Tori found out as well at the end, and that's when Kreese went to jail. So season 5 is going to be a bloody hell of a ride. It's going to be so good. It's going to be action-packed. I hope Terry Silver goes to jail. I don't know what happened to him. It's turned bad. And Kreese, I hope he turns good. I think he will, and I hope he joins LaRusso. Because, actually, Miguel, he got injured again, and so he left. He wrote a letter to his mum and said he's leaving, going to Mexico to find his dad. But what he doesn't know, his dad doesn't know he exists. So now Johnny is gone to Mexico to try and stop him and get him home. So I don't think we'll see much of Miguel and Johnny in season 5, because they're going to be in Mexico. We'll see them occasionally, but it's more going to be focused on LaRusso, Kreese, Silver, and also, I forget his name, but from the Karate Kid 2 or 3, the Asian Korean guy, he comes back at the end when LaRusso is at Mr. Miyagi's grave. And so those two are going to team up to bring down Cobra Kai, and Kreese is in jail. What's going to happen to Silver? We don't know. Is Tori going to snitch? I hope she does, and tells the committee, oh, Terra Silver, he paid the referee to make me win. Because Tori, I feel bad for her. I think she's good, she is, and I reckon she'll give her trophy to Sam. But no, um, despite agreeing that they'll have to work together, despite that Daniel and Johnny have to work together to bring down Cobra Kai, now, which is run by Wicked John Kreese, Johnny and Daniel spend a whole lot of time trying to get past the whole mortal enemies thing. And this will take a good hunk of the season to make it successful, because to change the degrees of success, they hate each other. They don't hate. They've had a past, and the past continues. Johnny and Daniel had actually had a fight, and their students watched it, filmed it all. They had a fight, and no, that was crazy. Come on, you gotta watch season 4 if you haven't. If you're getting spoiled right now, I do apologize. Most of you've probably seen it, that's why you're still watching. But no, it was crazy. And what do you guys think? Like, for both the Book of Boba Fett and season 4 of Cobra Kai, what do you guys think? Please tell me your thoughts down below. Don't spoil much. Just tell me your thoughts, please, because people might go to the comments and haven't seen it and they'll get spoiled, and I can actually get in trouble for making someone spoil. I don't know, but I said that, spoiler alert. But no, what do you guys think? What did you guys think? But problem that Johnny and Daniel have already spent 3 seasons gradually learning that maybe there are some great areas in the whole yin and yang relationship. Seeing it remain such a plot point after we've spent 3 years with their on and off, being friends, hating each other, being friends, having a fight, being friends, getting drunk, having a fight. Like, the yin yang relationship, like, it's a little frustrating. It does get like, team up, please. You could have bloody took down Cobra Kai if your anger just didn't get in the way of each other. So Eagle Fang and Miyagi-Do, they did split up in the end. But part of the weirdness of season 4 comes from a kind of hookiness that wasn't expected, and it's not because they've brought younger characters into the fold. Cobra Kai has always been cheesy. It has, I must admit. I must admit, me and my brother were just talking about, like, Cobra Kai. When you think of it, it is a bit stupid. It is cheesy. It's great, but the cheesiness, the cheese works more often than not, because the series does, it does give homesickness, or like, it brings the Karate Kid days back so well. It brings the OG stuff back, and that's why the cheesy stuff is right. We got all the original characters. It's not some rip-off fake show with fake Daniel LaRusso, fake Johnny, fake bloody Kreese, fake Silver. It's proper. It's the real people, and it's all links. And whether some of the magic was gone because the story focused more on Daniel and Johnny, or because Netflix added some strong "why is this happening" moments, is anyone's guess. But there's a needle drop, and it's not a proper needle drop, but we're calling it that for the lack of better term, I guess you could say. It was, yeah. It is an extremely Netflix move what they did, and like, they made it good. I must say, Netflix are good. They did play Squid Game. I loved Squid Game. They've done lots of things. I'm glad that YouTube TV still don't have Cobra Kai. I wouldn't even be watching Cobra Kai because I'm not getting YouTube TV. I'm not paying to watch YouTube TV or whatever, how it works. So you have to pay to watch Cobra Kai. I don't know how it works, but I wasn't doing that because I did see season 1 Cobra Kai on YouTube TV, and I wanted to watch it because I loved Karate Kid, always have. But I didn't want it because of YouTube TV. Like, I don't want to pay for that. I want to. So and then Netflix bought it. I'm like, oh, thank God, because I've had Netflix for ages. So yeah, but no, still the hookiness is met in kind of more like a emotionally challenging season. It was Tori, played by Peyton List, who's a great actor. But yeah, Tori's story most certainly wins most valuable player this year. MVP. And with Hawk, played by Jacob Bertrand. Bertrand, I think that's his name. It's Jacob. I know he's played by Jacob, but yeah, but with Hawk coming in at a close second, each of them find their dynamics challenged in completely different ways, continuing Cobra Kai's strong success with its large ensemble. Perhaps the most complex ride is that of Terry Silver. Thomas Ian Griffith's return to the franchises just hits different. Kreese's evil is an easier kind. The Cobra Kai leader is he's controlling, he can control you, and to be sure, he knows how to play the game better than anybody out there. Except maybe one, Terry Silver. No one was more successful at breaking Daniel LaRusso than Silver and his mind games. The thing is, the Terry we met is well adjusted and happy to live his life as a seemingly retired entrepreneur with a hot vegan girlfriend. But with Johnny and Daniel's, Daniel's team up, their rowdy team up, Kreese needs his second back in the dojo and has no concerns over ruining his buddy's life if it gets back. If it gets him back in Cobra Kai, which sensei will break first? That's a tune in season 4 question. But no, so far as team ups go, the most exciting pairing by far comes from a completely unexpected source. Amanda LaRusso is mad as hell that this karate nonsense resulted in a bunch of hooligans breaking into her home and threatening her kids' lives. But we see a surprising amount of empathy from her once she learns the story of one of the offending Cobra Kai. This season, it really did focus on Tori, Hawk, and Amanda LaRusso. Those three, they were very good characters. And the new kid, I forget his name, who joined Cobra Kai. And his older brother was in juvie with Robbie. Anyway, but no, Tori, Hawk, and Amanda, they did a really good, this season was really close to them, and they did a good job. Hawk, though, I did feel bad for Hawk. Robbie, Johnny's son, Robbie. He cut his mohawk off. Hawk changed his mohawk color to purple. I loved it. It's gone. He's got buzz cut now because they cut it off. That's just, who does this over karate, man? I love this Hawk. And then he got all down. He's like, oh, I'm not Hawk anymore. Oh, I've lost my confidence. I can't do anything. But guess what? Hawk beats Robbie. He does karate. He joins back and he goes to Miyagi-Do, instead of Eagle Fang, and he wins. He wins the boys, and because they changed it this year, they changed from boys and girls mixed to a boys competition, a girls competition, and a skill competition. Though Cobra Kai won overall, Miyagi-Do won the boys. But yeah. The growth we see from Amanda LaRusso, as I was talking about before, and this character is perhaps what leaves me most excited for season 4. As well as, all the Kreese drama and Terry Silver drama. What's most compelling about this recent chapter is that nothing really goes the way you'd expect it to. Johnny and Daniel are unable to break their patterns, but that doesn't mean the kids who look up to them get stuck in their respective sensei's ways. The partnership between the dojos may be rocky, but the result of the pairing and inconsistible, I guess I could say, but no hooligan can't be reached, and no goody two shoes is above becoming a bratty little bully. Regardless of who's teaching who, the complicated relationship dynamics will also both strengthen and stretch the connection between Johnny and Miguel in ways that will both make you both cheer and cry. And just, it was amazing. I still need a cover, but I don't have 24/7 to cover this. There's so much. Okay, 10. How long have we recorded this segment? This segment, just talking about Cobra Kai, is 16 minutes long. This is definitely the longest episode ever, and I'm happy. We need to start doing longer episodes. But no, it was amazing. So many unexpected events and so many unanswered questions. Johnny and Miguel's mom, they're together now. Miguel freaked out. He didn't at first, but then he thinks it's all weird. He leaves. There's so many unanswered questions. I can't wait for season 5. It was good. There's a lot I've left out, definitely, but I can't think of everything right now. I got no notes. I'm talking off the top of my head, okay? First episode, I've really talked off the top of my head. A lot of other episodes, like with COVID notes. We're not talking about COVID this episode. I don't care. No, but like other episodes with COVID, especially, I had notes down, like cases for COVID. But this episode, these movies, I've spoken all the top of my head, basically. But no, it was amazing. So many unexpected events and so many unanswered questions. I really, 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 really cannot wait till season 5. Whenever that will be, I really hope it comes soon. I hope because season 5 is finished. Apparently they're finished. They're like just editing it. They've finished filming. I hope it comes out in June. And season 6, because they're starting season 6 around now. Season 6 comes out December. 2 episodes in 1 year. That'll be epic. Not 2 episodes, 2 seasons in 1 year. You know how good that'll be, but who knows? What do I give this season? You have a guess. You comment what you guys give this season. I give it a 9. Not just a 9, a 9.5 out of 10. That's my review. And I have another headache from talking so much. I try not to rave on too much and just talk about the main points. I think I did my best. I just love Cobra Kai so much, and same with the Book of Boba Fett. But Cobra Kai, I kind of wait since season 5. Like Book of Boba Fett, 1 episode every week, so I can't really talk so much about that. But last night I bloody binge like 31st of December. It's the first right now. This will either come out the 1st or the 2nd Australian time. But no, I binged it all last night, watching with my brother on Netflix, and we finished at like 12:30. We started right when it came out at 6 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time, and we finished at 12:30. So it goes for like 6.5 hours. But we did pause it occasionally because we were freaking out. But no, I think I did my best talking about it. But yeah, I'm so happy with that season. I can't wait to season 5. And that's a wrap for episode 7. Wow. We made it to episode 7. People at school said I wouldn't get past episode 3. They said, "Oh, you'll give up episode 3." Oh, no one will watch. I'd be getting a good engagement. I'm thankful for you all. Episode 5 got over nearly 2,000 views on YouTube. The YouTube episode on Spotify got over 1,000 plays, which is good. I don't get like for Spotify, it's good. Apple, it got like 700, and we're getting up there, and I'm proud of myself. But wow, that's a wrap for this episode, and that's a wrap for 2021. Happy New Year, by the way. What a year it has been. I don't know about you, but this year has gone so fast for me. And we cannot wait for the year ahead and the installments that will be coming to our podcast. So, stay safe out there. Stay tuned on the podcast. Stay safe these holidays with COVID, with everything. Be safe. Be smart. And a very Happy New Year.